Autism crying. Why so much and how to stop it? Our children don't get language so comfortably like the neurotypicals. Now, this is putting it extremely softly actually. You have to be very, very clear at it, how to take it forward and everything. Unless we do that, children find it difficult to talk. So, the neurotypicals will outgrow, the neurodiverse doesn't outgrow. I'm asking you, if something works for you, will you leave it? Here it's a neurodiverse. The minute you start whack, 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 the child gets the attention. Hello everybody, Rajni here, Sashakt Empowering Lives. So, what are we going to do today? Today's topic is very interesting. It's hilarious actually. Autism crying. Why so much and how to stop it? Why do I say it's hilarious? Because the answer that I'm going to give you, you will want to punch me in the face. Yeah, that what kind of answer is this? But fortunately, it is true. And this is how it works. Okay. You like it or you don't. This is how it works. Okay. First of all, autism crying, why so much? You know who's to blame? Who's to blame? Who's to blame? You. Yes. Say, oh my God, this woman, big victim blaming. Yeah, yeah. I get that. I get that totally. But who's to blame? You. And I'm saying it unapologetically. Now, I'm not accusing you. Most of the times, parents are not aware. And I get that. But once you're aware, then if you're not taking the right corrective action, then who's to blame? You? What happens is, when the child first time starts to cry, which is a learned behavior from childhood. Okay, so like 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, and every kid cries, but they outgrow that crying and they start using language. Our children don't get language so comfortably like the neurotypicals. Now, this is putting it extremely softly actually. Our children have a lot of difficulty in getting language, and that too, we have to do proper language intervention. Okay, we have to give speech therapy either at home if you know it how to do it, or take the child to the therapy center. So like this, you have to be very, very clear at it, how to take it forward and everything. So unless we do that, children find it difficult to talk. So the neurotypicals will outgrow, the neurodiverse doesn't outgrow. They know crying as a way of getting what they want. So when a child is 3 months, 6 months, they will raise an alarm using their voice. Okay, that's not genuine cry, but that's like and then the parent will give them what they want. So their brain has got conditioned. If I want something, I have to just cry my lungs out, I get it. Right? Now that's exactly what happens with the autistic also. But unfortunately, autistic doesn't outgrow it. So when they're 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they are continuously doing the same thing which others have left. Because there is also a sense of what somebody will think of me. That is the main difference in the neurotypical brain and the neurodiverse brain. Neurodiverse brain don't care what somebody will think of me. Okay, they don't have that kind of thought process, or I don't like to say that kind of intellect. They have a lot of intellect, but not that kind of inclination. It doesn't matter, right? So even a grown-up neurodiverse, if not trained, can come out of the washroom naked. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't feel that shame, that element of shame. In Hindi we call it lok laj, log kya kahenge, that kind of thing. Okay, that is not there in autism. They don't feel, oh my God, what will my teacher think of me? What will my principal think of me? That is why when a neurotypical is told, I will take you to principal office, they will sit like this. But a neurodiverse is told, I will take you to principal office if you misbehave. Okay. So they'll go to the principal office and sit like it doesn't matter. Because log kya kahenge, what will somebody think of me, is not there. Okay. So when we are trying to teach them, saying, everyone will say, you are a bad girl. You're crying so much. Don't cry. It doesn't matter to them. Now, when they pull on the same trick which they were doing at 3 months, at 6 months, at 9 months, at 1 year, at 1.5 years of crying, 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 and you continue to serve them, what is their brain learning? What is their brain learning? The brain is learning, I get it. When I put this tantrum, I am successful. I get what I want when I put up a tantrum, when I cry. Now I'm asking you, if something works for you, will you leave it? If something works for anybody, will they leave it? Anybody for that matter, will they leave it? The answer is a no. They will not leave it because it's working for them. Let's take a very simple example, okay, for you to understand. A man who comes back home, doesn't like to serve his family, does what he wants to do, and if his wife simply says, why did you not, go and deposit the electricity bill yesterday? And you didn't do it, and that's why we have no electricity. And he begins to, in a frenzy, shout at her and say, you've no idea of how busy I am. You are so inconsiderate. You have no clue of what's going on in my head. All you can think of is why you didn't do this and you didn't do that. And the lady is quiet and she says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I'm sorry, I did not know. Okay, I will do the electricity bill next time. I will not trouble you. The man has learned. So the next time she says, why did you not pay the child's school fee? What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to say, I'm sorry? Really? Hell no. He's going to give a bigger tantrum. This is human psychology, right? And it works every single time with every single human. Forget autism. So when your child cries and you give in, your child learns that all I have to do is cry and I get everything that I want. And that is the answer to why so much autism crying. Yeah. And that is what brings me to the point. Who's to blame? You. So how can that lady get rid of that man's this problem of not doing and putting it across to somebody else? Yeah. So when he's giving a full-blown tantrum, you've no idea what I'm going through, blah, blah, blah. And she stands there and she says, the electricity bill was supposed to be paid and you were supposed to do it because you promised that you will do it. And you have not done it. Give me a timeline when you will do it because I refuse to cook in hot. And you can call for food from outside. I'm not going to cook because you haven't paid. And I'm not going to make your tiffin. What is that sense of loss? And she goes and sits. Yeah. And she says, I'm not interested. First rectify this, then we talk. Now the man has no choice because he also has to sit in heat. He's going to do it. Yeah. So the behavior has got corrected. Right? Similarly, the other side, when your child begins to cry, play dead, please. That lady had to do a lot of talking. Why? Because that's a neurotypical. Here it's a neurodiverse. The minute you start whack, the child gets the attention and says, if not anything else, at least the attention. I have diverted the whole topic to something else and now I'm getting all the attention. I'm great. I don't have to do what mommy wants me to do. Yeah, I'm still a winner. So the crying will not stop. So you don't go and bargain with the kid. Please, no. What do? You simply ignore the crying, but make sure it's not happening because of a pain. Sometimes if your child is in pain, is hurting, the throat is sore, or if you can visibly see this coughing, then you don't do this, then this is not applicable. But if there is nothing, the child is completely healthy and it's just cry, and it always starts when you want them to do something. It's the same dynamic of that irresponsible man. Yeah, that is why I gave the example. So you will ignore the behavior, but that doesn't mean you will ignore what is required to be done. And you will grab the child lovingly, go behind the child, grab the child lovingly, not forcefully, and say, That's the way. Hi, color in class, color in class, color in class. Give one kissy on the forehead and say, yeah. And the child is doing his thing. And you are making the child. And a lot of mothers say, what is the good use? What is he learning? He's not learning anything, he's crying. My dear friend, he's learning how to follow his mother or her mother. Children are learning crying doesn't work. That is when crying will begin to reduce because they know it is not going to work. So, if you want crying to go away, do not give it any importance, but at the same time, also make sure whatever you ask the child to do, you make them do it. There are a lot of people who say, psyche kharab ho jayegi, phlana ho jayega, dimkana ho jayega. We'll deal with all of that later. Right now, if your child is not in a learning mode, if there is no instructional control, there is absolutely nothing you'll be able to teach. You can feed them anything, everything, whatever medication you want to try. Go ahead, ruin their next 4 years, come back, and then realize, oh my God, what happened? Why did I not get any wiser any sooner? 4 years ago. Yeah. So please take control of the situation. Their crying will go in 1 month flat when they see it's not making any use. They don't cry to the wall. They don't cry to the window. They cry to you because they know the wall and the window will not budge. You will. Yeah. I hope this made sense to you. You want to learn behavior correction more in more in depth. How do you get your child to be completely in sync and in control? Yeah, and learning and growing. Join us on our various platforms. We have the app. Please go ahead and register on the app. Uh, Download the app. You have all the products there, the books, the courses. Then we have the Instagram live Tuesday 7 to 7:30. The link is given in the description box below, the app link also. Then we have the masterclass either Thursday, Friday or Saturday 7 to 9:30. The link is also given. Always remember, the more you will know, the better your child will be. I'll meet you another time with another video. Until then, keep working with your child. Bye bye. Have fun.